Hey, what's up with it, King? What's up with it, Queen? Hey, this your big brother, Demont Pope. Look, I want to thank y'all for checking in to Demont Pope Speaks Purpose. Hey, listen, I got another special guest for y'all today, and I'm going to let you know before I bring my guest on, I want you to know that the purpose here is for us to inspire and motivate, right? Future business owners or entrepreneurs who may want to take a chance at entrepreneurship and business ownership, but they just may not feel like they're ready, or they may be being held back by a little bit of fear. So I brought a special guest in here today, and we're going to try to encourage you and motivate you to step out on your purpose. All right. So without further delay, right, without further ado, allow me to introduce to some and present to others my very special guest, Mr. Johnnie Coles. Yeah.
Hey,
what's up, Johnnie? Say what's up to the people.
Hey, what's up, people out there? Yeah. I just want to say thank you for, allowing me to come on your platform and help out and give some value to, all the people that's out there watching and listening to this.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I'm grateful for you taking time out your busy schedule, man, to come kick it with your bro, man. So I appreciate it, man. And I'm pretty sure the viewers are going to be appreciating it too, Johnnie. So I tell you what, man, we already know what the purpose of the episode is. We already know why we're here. We're here to talk about purpose, right? We're here to talk about purpose. Correct. And everybody knows me, Johnnie. Everybody knows I'm Mr. Purpose over pointless excuses. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
But what they don't know is who Mr. Johnnie Coles is. So what I want you to do, Johnnie, if you could please tell the people who is Johnnie Coles and what exactly is it that you do in the business owner entrepreneurial space.
Okay, so just giving you a quick backlash of who I am. I'm 57. I grew up in Hartford, Connecticut. And, I grew up poor. I didn't know I was poor until I got to the prep school that I went to. I went to a prep school. So once I got to the prep school, I saw things that I wasn't accustomed to.
Okay.
Growing up in the hood.
Yeah.
So that's when I realized I was poor, because what happens is when we grow up and we have everything else around us is normal, we don't know that there's an issue.
Talk about that. Yeah, talk about that.
So, I was given an opportunity to go to this prep school, and I had a lot of, I didn't feel real comfortable being who I was once I got there and saw the types of things that they were accustomed to as opposed to what I was accustomed to.
Okay.
So, one way for me to fit in was through the drugs. So I got into the drug scene over there, and, unfortunately, the drug scene is what I got through the school. I graduated, I went to college. Mm-hmm. But the drug scene it took over my life. So I didn't finish college.
Wow.
I dropped out. I started working. And before you know it, I was full blown at it.
Wow.
And my addiction took me on a 15-year up and down slope of, in and out of rehabs, in and out of stop trying to use. And, it landed me in jail. Wow. And it was in jail that I had the turning point. That was the turning point for me, because I realized if I didn't stop now, that this was going to be my life.
Wow.
I was going to be either in and out of jail. And I didn't want that for myself. So when I got to jail, I had a turning point, and I set my mind right to say, I'm going to do something different. So I started while I was in jail. I started making some goals in jail, and, I did everything right. I stayed out of trouble. I was a tutor at the school. I took all the behavior courses. I took, the addiction courses, stuff like that. And then I came out of jail. I made parole. I had another opportunity. I came out. I went to I got an opportunity to go to the halfway house.
Mhm.
While in the halfway house, I set a goal. I said, listen, man, when I come out of here, I want to have $10,000 saved. So I got 2 jobs and a bicycle, and I came out in 9 months with $10,000 saved.
Wow, 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 wow. So basically you telling me, okay, we know the story, Johnny. You came from humble beginnings, right? You were poor. You didn't even know that you were poor. And then somehow you ended up in a prep school. And then being in that prep school, nobody was quite like you were. So you didn't quite fit in. So you were trying to find your place in this culture of prep school and in this new environment. And then you end up falling into drugs and then getting blindsided by addiction. And then that addiction, it held you for over 15 years and you wound it up in jail. I'm just trying to get this right. And then you ended up having a mindset shift. While you were in jail, you ended up having a mindset shift. So it's okay, right, for the viewers to know that it's not about where you begin, right? It's not about where you are right now,
Correct.
right? It's about where you're going. It's where you're going. It's about where you aspire to be, right? It's about where you envision yourself. Because, Johnny, it feels like to me, although your body was locked up in jail, your mind was set free while you were in jail. So I just want to empower somebody and inspire somebody right now, not to miss that information that you just dropped, because it seems like you could have made every excuse, right? You could have made every reason not to pursue or follow a purpose. You could have just given up, but you found a reason, right, while you were in your struggling season. So I just wanted to let somebody know who may be in their struggling season to know that if Johnny can come up out of it, if I can come up out of it, then you can come up out of it too. All right. So now you found something that you're interested in doing, Johnny. And now what I want you to do is talk to the people, right, about, let us know, like, did you always want to be a speaker or an entrepreneur? Like, did you always want to own your own business, or is it just something that kind of happened? You got out of jail, you started mentoring, or you started working with people, and then what happened? Like, how did you end up in this space?
Yeah. So what happened was, while I was in the halfway house, and one of the jobs that I had, I was at a local grocery store. You know, I went from a produce clerk to a assistant manager to a produce manager, and it was in the role of being a leader, the produce manager, that I took on. You know, I was hiring people. I always wanted to reach out and do something to help somebody else. So I said already while I was in jail that once I get out, if I have the opportunity to help somebody, then I will.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was a produce manager, there were guys in the halfway house. There were guys with drug convictions or felonies on their record. And I hired them because somebody gave me an opportunity. Someone gave me a second chance. So I needed to return, I needed to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what started giving me some purpose on, helping others to help myself.
I hear you.
So it was while I was in that space, I was saying to myself, I started working really hard. I had some goals, and I was setting some goals, and I was obtaining some goals that I said, I would love to be, I would love to do something else. And I tried a few things. I got into a flipping car business with my nephew.
Okay.
That didn't quite work out. Then I tried flipping houses. That didn't work out. And then I got into this mobile detailing industry.
Okay.
And it was an industry that I got in with my nephew, and some things happened. It didn't work out, but I was already in the space. So I had to make do what had already happened.
Gotcha.
So because I had spent all the money to get the business going and this and that, I just started taking over in it. And before you know it, man, this thing was, I was working hard. I was used to working hard, right? So I started putting some hard work into it. And before you know it, within a 5-year period, I went from having 1 truck to 4 trucks.
Come on. And along the way, you had some turbulence, so to speak. If you're on an airplane and then the ride get a little bumpy, and then the pilot will tell you, we just experienced some turbulence, it's going to be all right. So you were experiencing the turbulence, but in the turbulence, you still didn't give up. You still realized that there was a purpose, right, for what you were doing, Johnny. And the thing that I like about it is you said that while the mindset shift took place, right, as you were in jail, and then you talked about while you were in the house, the halfway house, and in the process there, and then you even talked about how you went on to hire some of the people from the halfway house because you had been in their position and somebody gave you an opportunity. Yeah. So what you did was you paid it forward. So we need the viewers to know that, hey, when somebody does it for you, turn around and do it for somebody else. Listen, I just want to take a break real quick to let y'all know that if you're getting value from the Demont Pope Speaks episode with my guy, Johnnie Coles here, I need you to hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I need you to hit the notification bell so that you know every time we post new content. Hey, if you're viewing us on social media, I need you to like this, share this, do whatever you got to do, as I always say, to let somebody know about the information that's going on over here. All right, information is wealth. All right, they say knowledge is the new money, so we're gonna get you some. You get one coming from. So now, Johnny, now you went from one mobile detailing vehicle to 4, right? So that means your business scaled up. All right, that's the term we would use in the business world. It scaled up, meaning that it grew, right? You took over more. You enlarged your territory, so to speak, man. And that's a wonderful thing. And it's mobile detailing. So we talking about mobile detailing. So for those of you who are pretty good at washing cars, or you find enjoyment in looking at that car after you don't wipe it down, hey, my man Johnny here to let you know that guess what? You might be sitting on a business. You may be sitting on entrepreneurship. You may be sitting on a gift, a talent, or you may just be sitting on your purpose, right? See, everybody's purpose isn't the same, right? So Johnny is letting you know there's levels to it. There's different aspects to it. So Johnny, I appreciate you answering that question for me, right? So that's how you pretty much ended up in the business ownership. And again, it's almost like it has always been there in your presence. You just didn't realize it. Is that what it was like?
Yeah, it was just like that.
I get it. Well, look, listen, Johnny, since we were talking about you having the multiple business ventures, because I didn't get it right the first time. I've had multiple failed businesses too. And I want the listeners to know, right, in case they may be struggling with overcoming a failed business or some mistakes or missteps that they may have made, right? Such as being incarcerated, right? I spent a little time incarcerated from some mistakes that I made too. And they need to know that it's okay to make some mistakes, but it's not okay to stay in the mistake. You get what I'm saying? So, correct. So Johnny, let's talk about, right? Tell me and the people viewing, right, or listening, about the biggest failure, right, that you've experienced, and how, right, what experience did you learn from it?
So I believe in all things, the biggest failure that I had was that here I was, a smart kid. I went to prep school.
Okay.
I came out. I had some college. I called myself a smart individual, yet I ended up in jail. I had a 9-year prison sentence.
Wow.
So I believe that was the biggest failure that I had. But the hit is that as I got arrested, I was arrested from the drug addiction. You understand?
Whoa, come on now. Bars.
So I need to say that not all situations that seem to be bad are bad. They may seem to be bad at the moment, but that was a blessing in disguise, because I couldn't get it right. Being on the outside, you know, my life was totally unmanageable.
Wow.
So when someone else had to take management of my life, it helped me gain management of my life.
Wait. Rewind that. You said when someone else had to take management of your life, right? It forced you to have to take management of your own life. Wow. I don't want them to miss that. I don't want them to miss that, Johnny. That was some good stuff. Yeah. Wow. Let's go, Johnny.
So it was in those times, and you shared a little bit about being turbulent. Life is full of turbulence, right? That's right. But what I've learned along this path of just living life and being in the entrepreneurial world, that life happens.
Yes, it does.
Good things happen to bad people, and bad things happen to good people. But it's what we do with the things that's happened to us that determines the outcome.
It's what we do with it, y'all. Come on,
it's
Johnny.
What we do with it. So, I took that turbulent situation and I came out with a smooth ride. You understand?
I hear you.
So it was during that time that was the biggest failure, but it's actually turned out to be the biggest blessing.
Come on.
Because now, I'm an entrepreneur. I have 4 vans. I'm helping families. I'm employing people.
Come on.
It's a way for me to give back to my community, because when I was using and I was out there doing destructive things in the community, now I have a way to give back to the community.
Yeah.
So, that biggest failure turned out to be okay.
I love it, man. I love it. So, and I think you may be the first guest that I've had on here that actually said that your biggest failure turned out to be your biggest blessing. And I don't want the listeners to miss that. All right. Now, remember, y'all, if you're getting value from this, hit the subscribe button, right? Hit the notification bell, like it, share it, comment on it. All right. Do whatever you got to do to let me know, let Johnny know that you got value, that you feeling what he's saying, that he touched you today, that we inspired you or motivated you. And if that be the case, then we want you to pass that along. Remember, pay it forward. So if we're helping you, go ahead and let somebody else know, because guess what? Just like we helped you, we may be available and able to help them too, because we walking in our purpose and we talking purpose over here, and we ain't just talking it, we living it over here. So thank you. That was a great answer, Johnny. Now I got another question for you, right? I got another question since we on this journey, right? Now, I want you to tell me and the viewers and listeners, right? Let us know about the 3 most influential people, right, in your life and how they have impacted you so far.
Okay, so I believe out of everybody, the first most influential person was my mom.
Shout out to mom.
Shout out to mom. And the reason I say that is because I don't know how moms did it, but she held it down. She had 7 kids. 2 of them lived with my grandma, but the other 5 she had. Okay. And as a single parent, I don't know how she managed to take care of 5 kids, and we never was hungry. We never was without food. We were never without anything. We always had the necessities. We might not have had the best of this or the best of that, right, but we were all right. You understand? So the reason she was the most influential, because it was her that gave me, that initial drive, that initial work ethic, and I didn't even know at the time. It's only now that you're asking me that I'm reflecting that answer there.
Yeah, so it's like the Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi. He had you waxing on, waxing out. Mom had you wax on, wax off, and you didn't even know that you was learning what you was coming to learn. You didn't even know that you were being empowered and being gifted. So that's great, man. Come on with it. One more time for moms. Hey, and you know what, man? Moms just got this super special power, man. And it's like they be knowing stuff. It's like, moms, shout out to all the moms, man. We love fathers too, specifically because I am a father and I didn't have my father growing up, but it's just something special about the mom and the abilities that they have. You know what I mean? So come on with the other two people, Johnny.
Yeah. So the other person I would say, I was thinking the second person has to be my sister Connie.
Okay.
My sister Connie has always, she's always been a role model in some sense of the word. She's always been a helper. She's always done the extra. She's gone the extra mile. She comes up with such ingenious things. Mm-hmm. She's an educator, so she's in the school space. Mm-hmm. And she's giving value and helping, kids and staff and everything, so she was the second one, and even when I was going through all the things that I was going through, she still had some kind words and, she was still helpful where she could be, to the point where it wasn't enabling. Because, sometimes we get into these situations through, if you have any experience with anyone who does drugs or this and that, the enabling process is when, people help you they help you and not knowing that help is not really helping you, it's hurting you.
They mean well. So every intention is good, right? But
their intentions are good, but the addict mind is, let me see how far I can get over on whoever I can get over on, And then the third person would have to be, I have a mentor now that when I started out on this journey, he pushed me, man.
Okay.
He pushed me, and he pushed me from the first venture with starting, when I was flipping cars with my nephew. He's the one that told me, hey, listen, try flipping houses. I tried that, it didn't work. He said, okay, try doing this. I tried a couple different things and none of those things seemed to work. But every time he gave me a suggestion, I took it and I did it. And he told me, he was like, yo, dude, whenever I give you a suggestion to do something, you do it. A lot of people will ask, hey, how can I make some money? You tell them how to make money. And then when you see them 3 weeks later, you say, hey, did you try what I told you? No, not yet. I'm going to get there and this and that. So, he told me I wasn't like that. Man, I was hungry after coming out of jail, after having that mindset. I was hungry about really changing my life. So he was the third most influential person to help me out.
Wow, Johnny. So as you talking, I'm sitting here listening, man, and I'm thinking like, all right, so we talking about family and then we talking about mentors, right? So you had your mom, you had your sister, and then you had your mentor, right? So you had the support system, right? And then you had the guidance, right? And sometimes the guidance came in the form of structured authority or discipline, so to speak, and you had some instructions to carry out. And because you took the advice, right? You took the information and you executed on the information. That's what made the difference, right? When he told you to do something, you actually went and did it and you didn't overthink it. So we need the viewers and listeners to know that it is power in the do. Like it is good to think about it. It's good to do the research. That's actually a part of the process. But the bulk of it is in the actual doing, the applying of the work. So you use your support system. You use your mentor, and we just need people to know that value the relationships around you, because the people around you are actually a part of your purpose, right? Because we talking about purpose, right? It's your big brother, Demont Pope right here, and that's your big brother, Johnnie Coles, and we over here on Demont Pope Speaks Purpose, so we don't want you to miss that we talking about purpose. And Johnny is mentioning some obstacles and some adversity that he has faced along the way. He's talking about the addiction and how he overcame the addiction and how he ended up actually becoming an employer and how he's helping families and how he's adding value. And that's aside from also being a phenomenal speaker. So you don't just have to limit yourself to one thing, but sometimes that one thing that you're passionate and purpose to do, guess what? That thing could have been around you the whole time and you've been mastering it or perfecting it this whole time. And then the struggle actually could be the very thing to push you, because it was his struggle that made him so hungry and that made him want to make the necessary changes, because can't nobody do it for you. We can give you all the information, but you got to go put in the work. All right. So I appreciate you, Johnny, talking about those three people. Now we finna go a little bit deeper again. Hit the notification bell, hit the subscription button, subscribe, right? Like, share, comment, do whatever you got to do. All right. Now, next question, Johnny, real quick, because I'm sure it's happened before, right? I'm not even going to ask you if it's happened like I do some of the guests, but because of what you've already told me, I'm pretty sure that you've been misunderstood, and you've probably been misunderstood a lot. So what I want you to do is tell us, Johnny, what do people misunderstand about you the most, right?
Okay. So I think people misunderstand that, like, I'm probably the best person you can know. And that as long as we're on good terms and that we're working well together, I'll do whatever I can to help you. The misunderstanding is that sometimes my kindness is taken for weakness.
Come on, Johnny.
You know, and I'm sure, you know, the listeners out there or the people watching, that we've had situations, because most people have had situations where we've been taken advantage of because of our kindness. So that's the misunderstanding that people have, is that it's not a weakness. We give from our heart. We give because those are the types of people we are. But don't take our kindness for weakness, because what happens is once we shut the door on you, right, it's hard for us to open back up and trust that, you know, your intentions are going to be the best. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing I would most say.
Wow. And you hit on the nerve, man, because I can relate. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in the church, and you know what I mean. You know, hearing and being taught the scripture where it says, you know what I mean. If somebody hits you on one cheek, you turn the other cheek, and if somebody asks you for your shirt, give them your coat too. And it's about humility. And oftentimes I had a problem with that particular verse, because I felt like that particular verse was making me weak and enabling me to get taken advantage of. And I went through some things because of that, and trying to uphold those particular standards and morals and ethics. But I'm realizing that I'm stronger and I'm not weaker, because everything that I thought that I couldn't take, or I thought that I couldn't handle, all the misunderstanding, I survived it. And I'm standing here, or seated here today right in front of you, and the whole world is listening, Johnny. So I'm grateful for that. And I too want to encourage the people, not only don't take advantage of the kind-hearted people, but also don't allow people to take advantage or run over you. Like, God gives us wisdom. So use the wisdom, and it has to be balanced, because there is power in the no. Sometimes you got to tell people, no, listen, I can't do what you want me to do, because I got to do what I feel as though I've been called and created to do. Yeah, I know this will make you proud, but guess what? I'm trying to make my creator proud, or something. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do for you. Now, Johnny, before we get ready to get up out of here, what I want you to do is tell the people where they can find you at, social media handle, website. Let them know about the detailing business. Let them know about the speaking business. Let them know about whatever you got going on that you want the people to know about. This your space, bro. Go ahead. Tell the people where you at.
Okay. Johnny. So I'm located in Hartford, Connecticut, and my mobile detailing business, we're all over Connecticut. We're also in Mass, and we have gone to Rhode Island. So we're in 3 states.
Ooh.
And
come on,
because
man,
I'm
mobile, pass it. Come on, you in 3 states? like he ain't just in one local neighborhood, just doing the houses around the way. My man said he's in multiple states, man. Hey, and it all started with one. So you don't have to be great to get started. I heard that quote, but you do have to start to be great. Come on with it, Johnny.
Absolutely. So that's what I do. So if you're following me on the mobile detailing, it's Done Rite Detail, Done Rite _detail, and Done Rite is DUNRITE _detail. That's my IG handle over there. The rest of the social media is, I have another IG page. It's at Johnnie Coles. That's JOHNNIECOLES. Yeah. And that's my handle for everything else. It's at Johnnie Coles. And listen, if you're out there and you go to my Johnnie Coles page, I have a link tree. Click on the link tree, and all of my stuff is located all in one area. So anything you need to get, you can get there. And listen, I also have a YouTube channel. If you want to hit the subscribe button, that would help me out too, because I'm out here along with Demont and just trying to give people some sense of purpose, give them some value, and just let us know that we out here just wanting people to know that, man, you can have anything that you put your mind to. You can have anything that you set goals to. And as long as you have the passion burning inside you to go get it, come on, you'll get it.
You'll get it. You'll get it. Hey, man, you speaking power over here. That's what I'm talking about, Johnny. And while we still hot right quick, right? While the heat is in the kitchen, right? What would you say, right? What is one piece of advice that you would give someone starting out in your industry who may just still feel a little uncertain and may not have the support system or the guidance that you have? Like, what is one piece of advice that you would give someone that wants to start out in your particular industry?
I think the one, I'm in a couple different industries, but I think it's the one thing that crosses all industries is that don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't be afraid to fail, because in failing, we gain, there's no testimony without a test, right?
Come on, Johnny. Yeah.
And you'll hear that time and time again, but we're not going to be perfect in everything we start out. And if we're too hard on ourselves with trying to be perfect, we're never going to get it right. So allow yourself some wiggle room, and allow yourself some humanness, so that when you're going through things and it don't quite turn out okay, it's okay. You can get through it. But, you have to be able to be humble enough to ask questions, ask for help. There's tons of people out there that's willing to give you help if you just ask.
Yeah. I love it, Johnny. Hey, listen, man, I appreciate you stopping through to kick it with your bro, Demont Pope, man, as we speak purpose, man. Listen, man, again, if you've gotten any value, again, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, do whatever you got to do. Put a little nice message in the comment, put a 100 in the comment, do something to let Johnny know that he brought value to you. And even more, go ahead and add value to somebody else. Listen, Johnny, thank you for stopping by, man. We truly, truly appreciate having you. You got a lot of information. You got a lot of knowledge and experience, man. Shout out to you for overcoming those barriers and those adversities. Thank you. Also, congratulations, man, for having your business in multiple states, man. That's very big. Very proud of you for that, bro. Hey, listen, man, shout out to you guys who stayed and tuned in and listened to this whole episode, man. Listen, I'm your big bro, Demont Pope. That's your big bro, Johnnie Coles. This is Demont Pope Speaks Purpose. Hey, listen, guess what? We out of here for now, but we'll be right back next week. Yeah.